everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley and in today's video I am sharing with you guys this everyday drugstore slash affordable product makeup routine. This is just what I do on an everyday basis. I used to be very into makeup, not so much into it anymore. So if you guys want to see how I got this and kind of my little tips and tricks along the way, just keep watching. All of this stuff is drugstore or affordable except for one thing, and it was my primer. And the only reason why it's not drugstore is because I got this itty bitty little trial size one. This is the No Pore Bloom Primer by Touch in Soul. I had it as a trial and it's all I have, so once it runs out I am just going to go get a drugstore one. Okay, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is in the shade Shell Ivory. It's not an exact match, but it will work for me. This stuff seriously is like $5. I got mine at Dollar General. I have pretty oily skin, and it works well with my skin. The only thing I don't like is the applicator on this thing. It comes with this little wand. So I actually just put it on the back of my hand and just warm it up a little bit. That way I'm not sticking the foundation wand on my skin and getting the bacteria and putting it back in there. Now this brush set I actually got from Amazon. It was like $10 and I got an entire set of like 10 to 15 brushes. I highly suggest just looking on Amazon. I wouldn't even remember what set I got now, but yeah, if you just kind of look up brush sets, they've got a ton of them on there and they're really good quality too. I didn't like all of them, but I did like enough of them to feel like it was worth spending that $10–15 or whatever it was. So I apologize for not looking directly into the camera. My viewfinder is flipped up, so it probably looks like I'm looking up a lot, and I also have my mirror behind me. So a little tip when you're applying your foundation, if you're using a brush, is when you're blending, you want to blend down. Now everybody on the face of this earth has peach fuzz on their face, and if you're blending up, you're rubbing that peach fuzz up and it's gonna make your foundation look a little more cakey. So my suggestion to you is just to blend down. Also, the other thing you won't see me do in this video is use a concealer. I only had one and I absolutely hated it. I hated it so much that I don't even have it anymore. Some people blend their ears if they feel like they need it. Gonna kind of build up the coverage a little bit where I feel like I need it. So now that I'm done with my foundation, I am going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder. This is in the shade Banana. I love Wet n Wild. They're one of my favorite drugstore brands, probably Wet n Wild and e.l.f. I feel like they're the most affordable and their quality on a lot of their products is seriously out of this world. And I'm going in with this Wet n Wild brush. I think I also got this from a Dollar General. I think I got it for like $1. Maybe $2, but I like it and it does the job. So I usually shake the finishing powder out into the cap and then I just set my face. Like I said, I have very oily skin, so I have to set my foundation down really well or else it will not stay on my skin. Next, I am going in with this Maybelline City Bronzer. This is in the shade 200. This is my favorite drugstore bronzer that I have found so far. This one is $10. I found at Walmart. It is a little bit pricier, but I love it. And this is another Wet n Wild brush. No, this is an e.l.f. brush. This is an e.l.f. brush. Pretty sure this is an e.l.f. brush. It broke, but I love it so much and I haven't been able to find the same one in stores, but I love it for just bronzing up my skin. Just the angle of it and stuff and the way it fits is amazing. Yes, my kitty cat over here. When you're bronzing up your skin, a little tip if you're not exactly sure where you should be bronzing your skin is to start from, like, just a little guideline is the top of your ear down. So I want to bronze right about there on my skin. I'm kind of starting from the top of my ear and going down, and I kind of know that's the general area that I want to bronze in. And when you are bronzing your skin, you want to bronze upwards instead of downwards. If you're dragging it downwards, it sometimes will make you look a little muddy. When you're blending upwards, you're gonna put blush up there anyways, usually. So I'm very, very pale. Bronzing for me is a must. And today, when I'm filming this, it's actually Halloween. So there's a parade in town later that I'm gonna take my kids and stuff to. And then we're gonna go trick-or-treating. It's so cold out though. I think it's like 20-ish degrees outside right now. So we're gonna bundle up really good, hit a couple blocks, and then head home. And I bronze my forehead really well. I have quite a large forehead, as I'm sure you've probably already noticed by now. If you have like a really small forehead, maybe you don't want to bronze or don't want to bronze as much, because it does kind of create this shadow and helps your forehead to look a little bit smaller. So, you know. And then you can also bronze under here. It will kind of give you more of a defined jawline if that's what you like. And then next I'm going to go in with blush. I am using the Wet n Wild blush in the shade Berry Mary. I found this at a Target. I think it was like $3. It's really pretty. It does have some gold kind of flecks in there, but it's not really shimmery. I find that if blushes and stuff are very, very shimmery, it emphasizes the texture on my skin because I have very bad skin. And I'm going in with this e.l.f. blush brush. Told you guys, e.l.f. and Wet n Wild, my jam. I've been trying to film this video for a while, but it just wasn't working out because I don't want to film these kinds of videos when my kids are awake because, you know, just the background noise and stuff like that. But that's really hard when you got 2 kids that are at home all the time. So my husband's actually home today, so he is downstairs with the kids and I'm upstairs in my room. You can probably still hear them, but that's all right. So next I'm going to do my eyebrows. This is an e.l.f. brow pencil. I don't know what shade it's in. It doesn't say anywhere. It has a spoolie on one end and a little twisty top. A little twisty top on the other end. Oh my gosh, I'm almost out of this. This is just a couple of dollars. My brows right now, guys, are wolfing. Oh man, do they need some TLC. And I'm gonna have to bring my mirror up here. My in-laws actually got me this for Christmas, this little mirror right here. I love it. One of my kids cracked it out right there. So one of them has like 7 years of bad luck headed their way. I don't know which one though. So I'm not very, very good at my brows. I'm not one of those people that can do like Instagram brows. So, you know, I fill them in. Let me get a little closer to the camera. Oh my gosh, this is almost gone. Like literally withered into nothing. Oh no. Kind of gotta hold it funny now. And I don't really like this super bold eyebrow look on me, so I do them a little bit lighter. The only tip I have for you guys is if you do have darker eyebrows, I used to match my eyebrow pencil like to my actual brow, but then I kind of started going a shade lighter because it didn't look so bold and like in my face. I actually learned that tip from I Am Just Olena. She's a YouTuber on here. But she actually said that she had started doing that and she really liked it. And so I tried it and I like it as well.
Mom, coming up here.
Oh no.
We gotta get him away. I thought you do. So
Maybe if you have super light brows, maybe you don't want to do that, but my hair is naturally blonde and I have darker brows, so going a shade lighter when I was choosing my brow pencil worked for me. Obviously my hair is not that color now. I did color it actually today. I am unsure how I feel about it, but you know, there's no going back now, so I might as well enjoy it. Anyways, this is the Wet n Wild. This is also broken. Man, I gotta get my life together. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade 321B, Precious Petals. And I'm going in with the e.l.f. highlighting brush. So when I highlight my skin, I like to do a little bit more of an intense highlight. And the reason why for me at least, is because I have very oily skin, I tend to use like mattifying products. I don't know if any of these really are mattifying products, but they work well with my oily skin. My skin tends to look very dull and flat, so I like to kind of highlight it and bring a little bit of glow back to my face. I highlight the tops of my cheekbones right here, and then I highlight the tip of my nose, and I also highlight a little bit above my brow bone. I do like to use this little glow serum. My mom sent this to me. I have no idea where it's from, if it was drugstore or not, so I decided to just skip it. But usually if I'm doing a look that's just like really natural and glowy and fresh, I do mix this in with my foundation, and it does give me a little bit more of a glow. But for like an every day-to-day look, or if I'm going to be wearing my makeup for a long time like I am today, I like to just add a little extra highlight to bring some of that glow to my face. Now, for the last thing, I am going in with the Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara in the Blackest Black. Yes, I fluff up my lashes. I don't curl them. I actually don't own an eyelash curler, but I do like to fluff them up. So I have heard people this is by L'Oreal. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, so I'm going to say it again. People compare this to the Better Than Sex mascara, which is like $24. I've never tried that mascara, so I can't really say, but this one for me works really, really well, so I don't really have a desire to try another one. I have heard some people say that they don't like it, that like it's clumpy and flaky, but that has not been my experience with it. I am running out of it though, like I'm at the very end of my tube, so it is kind of looking like a little bit weird because there's barely anything in there. But that is just like one coat, so it works really, really well. Okay, so that is like one coat each eye. I might have added a little extra. I don't even remember. And I got some on my lid right there, so I'm sure most of you guys know that, but I'm going to say it anyways. If that ever happens to you, wait a few minutes, let it dry, and then wipe it away with whatever you've got. You can use your finger, but I use this little stiff brush, one of the ones that I also got off of Amazon, and then I just go on the top of my lid and wipe it off. And I do not use a setting spray because I don't own one. I used to be very, very into makeup, but I don't know, just like 3 kids and I'm so busy, and I really just don't like have the time to sit down and do it. So I have been just doing like more of a natural look for quite some time now, and it's working for me and I like it. My hair's so flat. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. This is just my natural everyday kind of makeup routine when I'm running errands, or in this case going trick-or-treating and going to a Halloween parade. It just makes me feel more put together, but I feel like it is a little bit more natural than how I used to do my makeup a few years ago. So I hope you guys enjoyed, especially if you made it to this point. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.